this week's movies: Going Clear, Seymour, An Introduction, and Cinderella.
You have such pretty hair.
Thank you.
You should have it styled.
Oh, I'm sure you're right. Would you like a tour of the house?
What did she say?
She wants to show us around her farmhouse. She's proud of it, I think.
Do they keep animals inside?
65 years after the release of the original animated classic, Disney reimagines the fairy tale once more in Cinderella. In her review, Manohla Dargis writes, "Much remains the same in this version of Cinderella, including a fairy tale that opens with clear skies, but soon plays the poor little girl blues before you-know-who comes along."
Oh, girls, you're too clever.
The stepmother, played by Kate Blanchett, is less genuinely wicked than seriously mercenary and can't help but steal the show.
Smile!
Why Cinderella? Why now? If you're the Walt Disney Company, the answer can only be, why not? There's gold in those glass slippers, no matter how many miles they have on them.
Someone had told me there's this cult, and they'll make anything possible in your life.
I was deeply convinced that we were going to save the world.
Based on the 2013 book by Lawrence Wright, Going Clear is an investigative documentary aimed at unearthing the secrets of Scientology. In her review, Manohla Dargis writes, "The film spends a lot of time on Scientology celebrities, but those sections of the film pale next to the harrowing allegations of the church's serious physical and psychological abuse."
The doors had bars put on them, the windows all had bars put on them.
As in many religions, there are strange goings-on, yet the anguished search for meaning at the center is treated as both timeless and deeply American. That said, the filmmaker comes across as less interested in understanding Scientology than in exposing its secrets, which makes for a lively and watchable documentary, if not an especially enlightening one.
There is no logical explanation other than faith.
I remember your Alice Tully Hall recital very well.
The Tully Hall had just opened. I was a total wreck.
But Seymour, you were a great player. You were an amazing player. You got fabulous reviews.
Directed by Ethan Hawke, Seymour, An Introduction, is a profile of a pianist who left his performing career to pursue one in music education. In her review, Manohla Dargis writes, "As its title suggests, the film doesn't try to offer the final word on its subject, Seymour Bernstein, the pianist, composer, teacher, philosopher, and ultimate New Yorker."
Well, this is one of the greatest pieces that was ever written. It's so gorgeous.
Instead, in 81 transporting minutes, this intimate, big-hearted documentary draws you so completely into his world that you feel as if you know all there is to know, even as questions linger.
Sometimes I think that just playing life more beautifully is what I'm after.
Practice doesn't always make perfect. But as Mr. Bernstein shows, practice, struggle, and running your fingers up and down the scales year after year is what we must do.
The most important thing is to inspire an emotional response for all aspects of life.